Hey everyone, welcome back to the another episode of Build It Talk. This is the place where we invite founders across the globe to discuss about their startup journey so that anyone who is in the middle of their startup journey could get learn and inspired from it. Today I'm sitting with my guest Aditya Jain, who is building BigbrainedAI, an AI powered platform that basically helps medical students to generate the instant flashcard. In today's episode, we have discussed about Aditya journey, how coming to a commerce background and actually becoming a full-time builders. We have also discussed about how they actually market their product at a zero cost, how they validate their idea, and the most important, how they manage their team. Is it a work from office is the best option or is it a work from home is the best option? So if you are someone and then in their mind these kind of questions is actually juggling into it, so this podcast is only and only for you. So let's dive into it. Hey Aditya, welcome to Builder Talk. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing great. How about you?
Yeah, I'm also doing great. So before we dive into this episode, for those who might be watching you for the very first time, could you please
Yeah,
tell us a little bit more about yourself?
sure. So, my name is Aditya Jain and I'm building BigBrained. BigBrained is a platform for students. We are creating it because, like, we saw something new in the market after AI launched in our, for our generation. So, what we did was we saw that students are learning from flashcards these days. And what are flashcards? Where flashcards are basically, small, um, how do I explain it? Like flashcards are basically small bits of question and answers.
Yeah,
Students use them to learn. Uh, it's basically making their book easier for them to learn. And we are making Big Brain for that only. For flashcard generation, what you can do is you can only you can upload a PDF or even take a photo and upload on the site, and it will generate flashcards for you, quizzes out of it, and we even have a revision platform. Like it reminds you.
great,
So
great,
that is about Big Brain. Yeah.
great. So before dive into more into the big brain part, like what's the journey behind it? Let's start from
Yeah.
scratch. Let's start from education background. Like what about your education background?
Okay. So I am from a BCom, I am a BCom graduate. I did my BCom from Delhi University and I passed out in 2021.
In okay, that's great. And what kind of guy you was in college? I mean, is it a builder from the college day, or you become a builder like after the college?
I think I became a builder during the COVID phase when COVID hit us and we became like homesick people. That
Hmm.
is when I got into building things.
Hmm. Interesting, interesting. So you
Hmm.
have mentioned that you basically are from the commerce background, and
Yeah,
currently by using BigBrain.ai, you basically try to solve
yeah.
the medical background people's problem. So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what's the connections between them? How you get this idea?
Well, the connection was actually my friend's sister was doing MBBS.
Oh, okay.
So I talked to her once, and she was like that we have a platform. It's called Anki. It's open source. We learn from there. But what I saw was on Anki, these guys used to make their own flashcards.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, making your own flashcards is it's very boring to me.
Yeah,
Honestly,
right,
like
right.
you can imagine MBBS books are this thick and sitting down making your own flashcard then learning them, it's a very hectic job. So what I thought was I saw a market gap there. Like we can build something, we can solve something here. That is why I started for medical students, but of course I'm aiming to expand it for the whole student community.
Mm-hmm. So you basically saw a problem in your relation, and then you basically turn it
Yeah,
into a
yeah,
profitable business. Great. So
yeah.
before building this product,
I mean, we all know that like any product is not unique. They have some sort of, common kind of thing present in the market. So
Yeah,
unlike Big Brain, like how many competitors that you have seen before building it, and then you think that that is a problem in it. I have to solve this. So
yeah.
what about that?
See, my major competitor, like I don't see competitors honestly. Like I
Yeah,
know I can make something much better than them, so I don't compete. I know I can build better, so why should I compete, right?
yeah, yeah.
So, but to mention competitors, I know there was Anki. Anki is the biggest fish in the market in our community. Like Anki is so huge, like their website traffic is I think 1.5 million or something.
Wow.
So it is
One
a
point.
yeah. So it is the only competitor I consider. But still, see, being an open source platform, being free to use, there are a lot of benefits to for the students, of course. But what we are building is much more interesting, much more easier to use. So that's that.
Interesting, interesting. So yeah, that competitor is Anki that you're trying to compete with it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Another part is the business model part. I mean, how you will make money through this. Is it a software as a service based kind of model, or you will go into some other model part?
Yeah, kind of. It's of course a SaaS only. What actually we are doing is it'll be a credit-based system. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we are using AI in the background, and so of course we'll like our credits will be spent. So, we can't pay the money out of our own pockets, of course. So,
Yeah.
but at some level we have made it free to use. What we did was we added Anki decks, what Anki is providing already. And what I saw was actually Anki is pretty confusing to use to me personally. So what happened was I saw that Anki is confusing to use. I took Anki decks. I'm putting them on the site. They're not updated. Well, like we've not updated the site for them yet, but we're on it. We'll put them on. And that'll do is that'll drive some of the Anki traffic on our site, of course. That part students can use for free, and they can even upload some like I think 10 to 20 PDFs of their books. That's also free. That's on us. And after that, what they can do is they can even quiz themselves and revise, right? But after that, like 10 or 20 books are uploaded, then we charge them. Uh, I'll like we have not confirmed the pricing yet, but I'm thinking about some 19 or $15 per month.
Mm-hmm.
That is the basic plan we are planning.
Interesting, interesting. So SaaS based model, people will pay like in a particular duration kind of thing. Great.
Yeah, yeah, that's for the credit system they'll pay.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So right
Yeah.
now, what about the traction part? I mean, the user who basically using your platform, does it all from India or from the abroad as well?
Actually, uh, I have targeted Indian audience too because as I just said earlier, I got the idea from someone in relation.
Mm-hmm.
So we have like right now we have like 100 registered users on BigBrain, and I think 65 of them are Indian and rest are global.
Mm. So combination of Indian and global.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
In the global audience, in which countries people they are using most, like, except India?
Uh, yeah, yeah. Well, some are from US. I think two or three of them are from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And like, see, right now it's only English-based countries but we have a future plan to expand into French, German, Russian.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that too.
Interesting, interesting. So how you target those international markets? I mean, like lived in India, but making for the product for the global audience. Like it's a huge
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
right? So how you reached out to those customers? How those customers actually find you?
See, well, actually, I did. I used to work for a company. I worked there for 1 year, and I learned search engine optimization, SEO, what they call.
Mm-hmm.
And SEO I've learned SEO so well that I can rank my website on some keywords. But like till now, I have got all the users organically. I have not done promotions. Like I've not done promotion openly yet. I have promoted the website on Twitter, and that is it, I guess, till now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So,
But for targeting French, German, and Russian audience, we'll make our website compatible for those languages, first of all.
absolutely.
We'll
Hmm.
make our AI compatible to understand the Russian books, French books, and German books, of course. And we'll also have a pattern change. Like what I've learned is US has different pattern for medical examination. France has different and Germany has different. So that's that.
Right, right. Interesting. So you have mentioned that you basically use Twitter as your major distribution channel. So, like, what's
Yeah.
your strategy? Is it like how you promote your product on Twitter? Like, is it you go to a
What
different communities and say that this is a product, or you making really content out of there? Like, what it is? What's your distribution strategy on Twitter?
see what when I first started posting on Twitter, what I learned was actually Twitter is pretty easy to scale if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
On Twitter, if you post, I guess, two tweets a day or two threads a day. Threads are much more valuable on Twitter, honestly. Threads do pretty well. Threads help you grow your Twitter like 10 folds and much easier. So I'm focusing on posting threads every day. I'm focusing on posting like photos of diagnosis, posting a diseased photo and asking like what's the diagnosis from medical students, of course. And I've also been commenting on like other medical Twitters.
Acha. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's
Cool.
that.
I saw that so many people they are into the SaaS market, especially into B2B
Yeah,
and B2C both SaaS. They also use Reddit for the distribution part. So, like,
yeah.
what's your perspective on that? You also use Reddit or you just stick with Twitter?
See, Reddit, I think Reddit is one of the greatest platform if you're starting a SaaS business. And even for digital products, Reddit is great. But honestly, what I think is my product is more into like, it's just out of the beta phase. It is functional, it is working for the students and all. It's creating flashcards, it's creating quiz-based questions and all. But right now, I'm not there yet to promote on Reddit because Reddit has a system that gives the power to the user to comment anything freely,
Hmm.
right?
Right, right.
So what that will do for me at this stage of my product is that will give people too much power to criticize it. And I don't want that right now. So
Hmm.
I'm basically perfecting Big Brain first, then I'll start promoting on Reddit.
Okay, okay, great. So, your major distribution is only on Twitter, right? Like, you are not also
Right
active on
now,
LinkedIn as well, right?
yeah, LinkedIn, I'm not active. I'm sorry. That platform is just too boring for me, honestly.
Actually, so many developers say this thing. Like, they love Twitter a lot as compared to LinkedIn. I don't know why, including me as well. But yeah, I mean, so what do you think about the content distribution part? I mean, do you also plan like in future you will create a video content part to making a distribution channel, or you will just stick with Twitter?
I'll see if at some level I'll always stick to Twitter, right? And at the next stage of our promotion, what I'm planning is I'll connect with the influencers on Instagram. Like there are a lot of medical influencers on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll also connect with influencers on YouTube.
Hmm. Makes sense. Yeah,
Uh,
that's great strategy for it, like content marketing kind of stuff. Great.
yeah, of course.
Right, right. Let's talk about the building things. I mean, are you a programmer or you you are a marketer? You basically from the commerce background. So how you build this product? You code it yourself or you hire any freelancers for building this?
No, actually, I have a team of two developers. They are
Great.
working on it. Like I am more of a marketing kind of a person. I'm the management, they are the coders, they are the builders.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm the
so
promotion marketing and that sort of a person.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So basically, right now there is three co-founder in BigbrainedAI, right?
Yeah.
Great. And how you find those people? Like
Well,
in today's day, what happened is now people have so many ideas. Especially, I'm talking about
yeah, yeah.
non-technical founders. They have such a crazy idea. They understand the business. But the
Well, I agree.
But the part where they actually lacking is the building part. Sometimes
Yeah,
they didn't connect with the actual coders. They actually build their product for it. So
right, right.
I'm damn sure that you also feel this problem as well. So how you tackle this? How you find those guys?
Well, I also felt that I actually felt this problem, the very same problem you're talking about. I felt this in 2020 at first.
COVID.
And yeah, what I did was actually I sat at home. I opened my Discord. I joined a bunch of communities and I started talking to people, like a lot of people. And I found two people, both are Indians actually, and those guys were into something that like that hit me. They were the people who were interested in learning, they were the people who were interested in building something. And that is how I connected to them. That is how I made that connection. And honestly, to be honest with you, it is a lifelong connection that I have with them.
Hmm. So Discord is something that basically connects you with those developers, right?
Of course. Discord and in today's time, you can also find many developers on Reddit also. Reddit
Hmm.
has a greater community compared to
Yeah.
Discord. Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. And I one thing that I've noticed, like Reddit is something that is less popular in India, especially people who know lots about Discord, Twitter, but very majority of audience is using those platforms, but very few of them actually using Reddit. But this is something where you actually find the quality audience for your product,
yeah,
for your niche. So
yeah,
Reddit
of
is
course.
something, yeah, yeah,
Like, see, Reddit is a platform. Reddit is a global platform. Of course, Discord is also a global platform. But the tough part in Discord and finding people on Discord is that you have to search for communities. You have to search for the right community that fits you, that fits the people you want, and that actually fits your kind of people. Like, you find your type of people there who
yeah.
talk the way you talk, who want to listen to you at some point. Reddit, Reddit is somewhere you can post anything on Reddit. You can connect with any sort of people. And honestly, in Reddit, many more people approach you by themselves. In Discord, you'll have to approach to those people.
Makes sense, right? Totally agree with it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's totally makes sense. I mean, they both platform have their own strengths, their own weaknesses as well. Like in both
yeah,
of them, they have anonymous users. So sometimes, like they have some sort of dangerous of to being spammed by anybody else. Like, you didn't figure it out who is it. But yeah, strength is kind of thing you actually connect with the people who actually exactly like you. You are thinking that yeah, this guy is something. It's kind of a replica of myself, right? So
yeah,
this is the strength point of both of the platforms, which is that makes them
exactly.
unique as well. Another trend that I've noticed with the lots of digital products is that what their founder did is they firstly build the product and launch it to some sort of customer, and simultaneously they make their Discord community, Reddit community there. If you look at so many YC backed community like Luli.ai, right? So they also have
Yeah,
run a Discord server where their audience engage with it, and they do care about their audience a lot. Like whenever any sort of announcement happens, they first of all go to that Discord, tell to their customers, just take a feedback of this. So what
right,
do you
right.
think? Will you also do the same with your product as well? And what's your perspective on this approach?
Yeah, well, actually, I am thinking about launching my Reddit. And thanks to you for the idea. No, no kidding. Uh, but honestly, Discord I won't do for Big Brain. Actually, what I feel is I don't think doctors use Discord that much. On Reddit, I have seen doctors have a great community. I think Doctors UK is a subreddit page that alone has, I think, 100K users.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Discord I won't do for Big Brain actually. Reddit I'll think about it.
yeah. Right, right. Uh,
Yeah.
the thing is that whenever we are into the product building journey, so there's two
Yeah.
kind of guy. The very first one is a coder who actually know how to build things. So what happens is they get the idea, they just sit with the computers and start coding the things. But the second guy, they actually is a business guy. They got the idea.
Yeah.
They first validate that idea through a basic landing page, prototype, getting some sort of people leads.
Mhm.
And once they find that, okay, this business model, this idea actually works, then I will start hire a developer or start coding these things, right?
Right.
So in your case, whenever you just like big brain is just an idea in your brain. So have you validated it first and have you start building this?
See, as I told you earlier, I got the idea from someone in relation, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So when I told her that, like I thought about it, when she said to me that Anki is this platform and it does this, and I thought about this idea of Big Brain, what actually happened was I thought about it and then I have, till date, I have talked to, I think, 50 plus doctors,
Hmm.
not only students, but even I think three or four are doctors themselves. So I've talked to doctors, I've talked to students who are doing MBBS and who are even doing MD, the postgraduate.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have validated the idea and they actually loved the idea. But as honestly, what I saw in Indian audience was that I will have to keep India specific pricing for Indian audience
Price sensitive market. Yeah.
because because I do not expect an Indian medical student to pay $19 per month. I know
Mm-hmm.
it is pretty steep, it is pretty expensive because dollars converted to Indian rupee 19 is, I think it will be like 1500 rupees per month, and that is not feasible for a student to pay.
Right, right. Price sensitivity is something that are like so many B2C startups, especially, do
Exactly.
too much care about it. Like our audience
Yeah.
is something they do too much care about pricing part, right?
Yeah, of
So
course.
it is always looking for cheap and best thing. So whenever we are building any B2C SaaS, especially in India, we have to take care of this pricing part and all.
Yeah.
So so like
See,
the pricing part, like for the Indian audience, you will launch another package, and for the foreign audience, you will launch another package, or it will be a
yeah,
standard
yeah.
package.
No, no, we'll for no, no, the package will be the similar, but we'll cut down our cost somewhere. Like we'll think about it using a different AI model for India and sort of thing, those sort of things. That will be more feasible. I of course will make sure that the quality doesn't degrade because education is something we can't compromise
Mm-hmm.
on. Yeah. So that's that for price control. And honestly, what you just said, I think is in Indian audience, from our childhood, we have that built into us, that don't spend unnecessary amount of money,
Yeah,
don't
right.
spend too much. So that is our mentality since beginning of our childhood. So I don't think like charging something that is not feasible to Indian audience is fair.
Mm-hmm. Totally makes
Yeah.
sense. Totally makes sense. So before building this full-fledged product, have you built a prototype or you just started building it?
Oh, we have built a prototype.
Acha, prototype. Like how you build it? Please tell us a little bit more about that.
Actually, I didn't build it, of course, you know that.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
right.
yeah, my developer did, but he used, we tried, I think we tried Gemini, we tried DeepSeek, we even tried ChatGPT, the AI models like APKs of these, no, wait, APIs of these, sorry.
Hmm. Right, right.
The most feasible one for us was DeepSeek at one point, but now Gemini is looking pretty good. So
Mm-hmm.
we are thinking about changing it to Gemini and making the part was, see, we are living in an era where you can code a website, where you can type some prompt and get a website within minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But my developer honestly prefers to make his websites himself. So that's what we did. He made the website himself. He even learned some things about AI because this is our first AI project, honestly. So we started there, and that is how the prototype came into what position it is in today.
Sure, absolutely. So how long it was? I mean, when you were starting building this product?
Big Brain, we started working, I think, 2 months back. Yeah,
Oh, in 2 months you have this product, great, and actual users as well. That's really
yeah,
interesting.
exactly.
That's very interesting, cool man. So before building Big Brain, you definitely have tried so many ideas as well. So, like, what kind of
Yeah.
that idea was? Like, could you please tell me a little bit
Okay.
about one to two products that you've started working on before this?
Sure, sure. So before Big Brain, we used to work, I joined gaming, I joined communities on Discord in 2020, right? So most of them were gaming communities, all right,
Hmm.
on Discord. So what I got into from that was there was there was something new going on Discord at that time. Like people were getting into Discord bots a lot. Like
Yeah.
having your own personal Discord bot on the server is a great thing. It is even great today, but it mattered much more back then in 2020. And we started there. I saw the market. I think I only had one developer at that time, and we started building Discord bots for people, and we charged them. It was of course global market, and we charged them around $60 for per Discord bot. That is how we made our first buck in this community. That is how we started. And then we even got into game mods, and that was something much more interesting. And we started selling those online. And that is how I think that is how we made the major capital that we could invest in Big Brain today.
Oh, so through the gaming, you make your
Yeah,
major capital, and yeah, that's really interesting.
yeah,
So, in the big brain, your major investment goes to that AI model, like purchasing those
yeah, of
APIs.
course. You see, there is a lot of cost involved in testing too.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there is only one tester, there is some cost. But we have, as I said, we have 100 users. So if they also generate, I think some of them generate 10 to 20 flashcards every day by themselves, uploading PDFs or photos. So what they do is that is also a testing phase for us right now, but that is also capital intensive.
Interesting, interesting. So, like, have you stick with only medical professionals, or you will go beyond that as well? Because in India, there is a huge market of engineering, UPSC,
Yeah, yeah,
and if you go abroad, then so many psychologists, like researchers,
yeah, yeah.
so many students. So, like, I just saw the practical application of this into the many domains. So, will you
Hmm.
stick with this medical niche or go beyond that?
See, what I learned was medical profession has, I think it has 1.3 million students worldwide. All right. And honestly, I wanted to start with medical field because there was a personal reason, you know, because there was someone in my close relation
Hmm. Right,
that
right.
had the issue. That's why I only started for the medical field. But medical field has 1.3 million students every year. Right now, my goal is to tap into 1.1% of that. That is 1,300 users. All right.
Hmm.
Once I have 1,300 users from medical field, that is when I'm thinking about expanding into other other professions.
Okay, okay. So, like, they
Yeah.
have then options to getting expansion, but firstly, you will focus on medical.
Yeah, yeah. See, it's not an option. Even now, if you upload an engineering book on Big Brain, it will generate flashcards. And
Okay, okay.
not kidding, it will generate quality flashcards, it will generate quality quiz questions for you. That is how capable it is at this point also.
Mm-hmm.
So you can imagine what the platform will become in next 2 months.
Hmm. Interesting, interesting.
Yeah.
So, like right now, you and the two more developers actually in the team. So, how you all guys are working? Is it an office space or it's totally team is in remote?
No, no, it's always work from home for us. That's how we started the journey. That's how it is going right now.
So, will you become the remote first company?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. So, what do you think? I mean, does work from home, is it a more productive or work in office will be more productive?
Well, honestly, to be honest with you, as a working professional from home since 2020, I think work from home is much more feasible. It is much more comfortable, no doubt. And and see, if you take out time for what you love, If you're working on something that you love,
Hmm. Right,
then
right.
work from home is the best option. There's nothing else that you need. Because see, in traveling for the office, that is you'll be stuck in traffic jams in our country. That is also an inconvenience. Work from home is the most convenient thing to do if you love what you are doing. That's how I think.
And many people say, na, ki like in office, when you go office there, your productivity chances will be much more higher. You actually, wear
Yeah.
formals, sitting with the colleagues, so the chance of productivity will increase. But you say just opposite to that. So I'm little curious to know more about like what's the perspective behind it.
See, actually, um, I actually, like I just said earlier, that I worked for a company like for 1 year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I learned there was I used to spend, like I was also working on my project also at home, of course, at that time also. So what I learned was I was spending, I think, 3 hours traveling. All right. I was staying at the office. I was working 6 hours straight, and then when I used to come home, I didn't have the energy to work on myself. I didn't have the energy to work on my project. So what I think is, if you are someone who wants to work for someone else, that then I think corporate job or office is a great space for you to learn, to grow. But if you are someone who wants to build your own self, build your own project, build something that is your own, and build something that you can grow by yourself, I think you need a work from home kind of a job.
Interesting, interesting, great. So what happened is, na, basically, so many people usually saw that the like into the our space, like the space where we are in, like indie hacker kind of stuff. The term
Yeah.
build in public is very much famous. Like if you just building any product, just share a screenshot daily basis over Twitter, like this amount of traction that I got, this amount of users that I got, and it is very
Hmm.
much trending as well, right? So,
Yeah.
what's your perspective on this? Is it a great way to market your product, or is it a great way to making consistency? What do you think about it?
See, I think it is like it depends on your product. All right.
Hmm.
It majorly depends on your product, because if it is a product that the masses will be interested in, then you build in public. You tell them every detail you're doing, every change you did, every bug you fixed in your product. But if it is something niche specific, like if you're like I'm targeting medical niche specifically right now, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, I won't build in public because I know everybody is not a doctor, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But if I would have started with all of professions, all degrees and all, then I would of course build in public, because that is when I'm building a product for masses, right? So that is why you build in public, to attract masses for your product. But your niche specific, then I think stick to your ways. Not Do not build in public.
Hmm. Okay. If you build for masses, then build in public is something for you. But it
Yeah.
is a niche specific. So, what do you think about? I will just take a example. It's a hypothetical example. Okay. Let's take an example. I am building a product into a B2B niche, especially into the FMCG sector. I just provide the software for the FMCG market. Right? So there is so many communities in FMCG on Reddit. What if I
Okay.
just change a particular feature? For example, today I just apply a dark mode on my product. So on the daily basis, do I have to give that advice or announcement on Reddit, like where my community hang out, or do I first make this product, get some traction, and then talk about it publicly? Like what will
See,
be actually more effective?
yeah. So my strategy for a FMCG product that you're building, if it's a SaaS,
Mm-hmm.
and I think like, see, if you have your own subreddit, that is a different ball game. You upload every detail on your own subreddit,
Sure.
right? But if you're talking about posting on other communities, other subreddits, I don't think you should post every update for those people, because see, it is a B2B product, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even on Reddit, if you find subreddits that are B2B based, then also I don't think they'll be interested in hearing about your every single update of your product, right?
Hmm. Makes
If you
sense.
do something major, if you add something so major that it disrupts every other SaaS that they are using already, right? That is something you post on those subreddits too, because that then they'll be interested. Like, all right, he is building something that will change our market, that will change our ways, that will enhance our productivity, that will enhance the way we are working today. That is when you post in those type of subreddits.
Hmm. Makes sense. Makes sense. Right. Because yeah, also Reddit is too much famous for banning as well. If you do too much spamming onto the different subreddits,
Yeah,
immediately they will ban you. Right. So their audience is
yeah,
too much sensitive about this thing.
exactly. Well, not only the audience, the moderators are also very
Yeah.
sensitive.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right. Very much sensitive. Like if they have mentioned
yeah,
that only promotion post will be posted on Friday, and if you did post
yeah,
on Wednesday, you will get banned. It's 100% sure you will get banned.
exactly.
Right. Right. So you basically work from home, right? So how you decide the deadline? I mean, I just wanted to know about what's your work actually looks like. I just take an hypothetical example. Okay. Imagine I am Aditya Jain. Okay. I have just
Okay,
decided, okay, today we have to just work on to the authentication part of BigbrainedAI. So
okay.
first of all, you will just set a particular time duration, or you just use tools like Jira, ClickUp to maintain the productivity of entire team, or is it kind to be a notepad? Like how you actually manage this workflow kind of
See,
thing.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I do is I have a Trello board. You've heard of Trello, right?
Yeah, yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah. I have a Trello board. What I need, I put it there on the board. There are multiple queues, like that's in queue, that's in working, that is done, things like that. And what I do is I don't set timelines. I call my dev up. I ask them, tell me as earliest as possible that this feature will be done. That is all I ask them. If it is not done by them, I simply spam call them. Honestly, I'm not even kidding.
Hmm.
Yeah, I spam call them like, why isn't it done? It should be done. That is how I work, and that is how I have got all my things done on time. Yeah,
So sometime what happen is now, as a founder, we basically set up a particular time duration. Is that at this time we have a launch, we have to launch this product. But
yeah,
we don't know how on that time, not always, but sometimes what happens is, especially you're building a digital product, so some sort of unwanted bugs came, and due to
yeah,
that your launch could be postponed. So like, does this situation happen with you before? Due to bug your launch got postponed, kind of thing.
yeah. I think it has happened with Big Brain itself. Honestly, like I in earlier in the podcast, I told you that we wanted to upload Anki decks on Big
Yeah.
Brain, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So that is something we tried to do, I think, 3 days ago also. So it was delayed. And delaying that is kind of a loss for students. And I am very annoyed about it, honestly. But the thing is, there is a bug, some like some bug with our payment provider actually, and it is hindering with the database. So we can't upload anything on the site right now. So we are using the older version right now. So that's that.
Interesting. So like right now you're also using payment gateway on your app, or you will using into the future?
No, we have a payment gateway set up, but it is currently under maintenance. I just received the mail, I think 5 hours ago.
Oh, today.
Yeah,
Interesting, interesting. So let's talk about your is your source of knowledge. I mean, you are someone looks like too much passionate about indie hackers, digital products, kind of thing. So
yeah.
how you get the info about it? I mean, have you listened any, like, you on a daily basis you listen any podcast, any content, any books? What it is? I mean,
Honestly, I read a lot of books. I love, like, there is a book I'll tell you about. It's called 38 Letters by John D. Rockefeller for his son.
Okay.
That book is the inspiration for me. That book will always be the inspiration for me for life. That book is amazing. I think every single guy should read it. Every single person should read it. And that book is literally life-changing book. It changed the way I think about many things. And honestly, other source of knowledge I have is I often check Reddit. I check I check the build and public page.
Mm-hmm.
I check the indie hackers subreddit. I also check what is called like I even check the micro acquisition. Some micro acquisition subreddit. It is all about acquiring small SaaS.
It's a,
That is
I heard
all.
about a particular website as well. It's called acquire.com, where people
Yeah,
basically acquired the so many SaaS startups.
yeah.
Yeah, these things are
So
very,
that these are some sources from where you get the idea what people are doing, what
hmm,
what is in the fashion right now in the tech industry.
yeah, fashion tech. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And Twitter is also a great source of knowledge.
yeah. Twitter
So many.
news, bro. Like Elon Musk always tweets something interesting.
Hmm, right.
Yeah,
So, and like the Twitter's community as well, build in public community, startup
yeah, of
community.
course.
It's very, very much
Exactly.
active there.
Right.
So, like, you also interested on Twitter, what we can say that, like, वो जो mic वाला होता है on Twitter. Twitter
Oh
Space, yeah.
no, I
I forget about it. Twitter Space, like, you also interested on that?
yeah, yeah. No, actually not. I'm not that active on Twitter, honestly. I am active on the Big Brain Twitter account, but not my personal one. I'm
Hmm.
more of a Reddit sort of a person. I'd read books. I like to play chess also, to sharpen my brain a little.
Yeah, right, right. Great.
Yeah.
So, like, for the Twitter post, you post it manually or you using some sort of AI? They basically post on a particular duration.
Right now I prefer to post it manually.
Hmm. Why?
Yeah.
I mean, due to the language compatibility. I mean, I saw that so many AI tools, you basically
Yeah.
easily doubt that this tweet are generated by AI kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know that. I know many tools myself. I even like where I worked in the company, we even made our own tool for this. But I
Oh,
believe, yeah, what I believe actually is, what I saw something on Instagram actually. When I uploaded something, when I scheduled something on Instagram, I scheduled like 5 days 5 days content at once, but that content didn't get much views, honestly. So that is what hit me in the head, honestly. That was like it's not getting views if I'm scheduling it. Then what I did was I started uploading myself. That is when the views picked up. This even happened to me on YouTube also.
mm-hmm. Right, right.
Yeah. So that's why I do it myself manually. I prefer it actually.
Yeah, I mean, human touch has some sort of,
Yeah,
different
yeah,
advantages as compared to AI, always.
exactly.
Recently, Satya Nadella have said that SaaS will be dead, and we also see that in the what happened in the market. So many AI agentic tools came. They actually killing so many SaaS. Like let's take example of Salesforce. Now they became the agent force kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, what's your perspective on this? I mean, in this AI era where agentic AI is the next big thing, do you think so? SaaS actually have the space, or the era of SaaS has gone?
See, what I think is it all depends on your niche. All right. If
Mm-hmm.
you are into a niche that the community wants something and it is not getting it, if you build a SaaS for them, it'll blow up. All right.
Yeah.
But if you are in a community that already has AI alternatives, that won't work out because AI is basically it is. I don't think anybody pays for AI, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
if you and me, we are normal people, we are not indie hackers sort of people. I don't think we'll pay for AI API, right?
Yeah, right.
We'll just download the Gemini app on our phones and we'll be done with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So most people, if their work could be done with Gemini or ChatGPT, why would they pay for a SaaS product, right?
Makes
But
sense.
if a niche has that audience that lacks the product, that we want something and we are not getting it, and our work is not done quite well with current AI situation, those are the people you make SaaS for.
Yeah. So if I just wanted to add something extra in it, is it pick up a particular niche where that is some sort of burning problem that your SaaS could be
Exactly.
solved. Then go into
Exactly.
that market and try to solving that particular community problem.
Yeah.
And
That is
of
how it
course,
works.
if it's problem solving, then people will definitely use it. And you will definitely compete with AI as well. Right?
Exactly.
How do you think about AI? Is it a competitor for you, or is it an another employee for you? How you use it? What's your perspective behind that part?
I think it's an employee for me because, yeah, big brain is possible because there is AI, right?
Yeah, deep fake and all.
Yeah. So it is an employee for me, and I think it is my best friend at this point.
Many times, whenever we have any sort of features in mind, like in your context as well, you always plan to having the features in BigBrain. So definitely, you
Yeah.
also do the brainstorming with GPT.
Yeah. I actually brainstorm with Gemini, not GPT.
Gemini.
Yeah.
Yeah, the suggestions that it gave us by using resources that are truly
Yeah.
amazing. And
Exactly. See, I even asked Gemini to, find the market gaps for me. And that is something, if I am not totally focused, I can't do, right?
mm,
And
yeah,
Gemini does it for me in like 5 minutes or even 2 minutes.
hmm,
Yeah, that is something amazing. And that is something that has been helping me out in deciding some of the features of Big Brain also.
yeah, right. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Please tell us about a realistic journey. I mean, what I'm asking was is that any particular feature of BigBrain that you brainstorm with Gemini first, then you implemented it, and what actually the conclusion that it was given to you.
Okay. So, like, this is not built yet, it is under building. But
Okay,
there
okay.
was this feature. Yeah, there was this feature I discovered with Gemini. Like I told it what we already had, what we were already planning. Then I asked the Gemini bot that what do you think? What is the gap here that can be filled? That is when it came up with two or three things, I think. One of them was one of them was that that we are uploading Anki decks on the site.
Mm-hmm.
It told me that add a rating system on those decks so user can rate the decks. They can, something like what we have on Reddit. User can downvote and upvote.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
how, yeah, that is how more medical students can select the quality of the deck. They
Mm-hmm.
know what deck is the best performing. They know what deck is most useful. So that is something really impressive that Gemini came up with.
Great, great, great. I mean, that's
Yeah.
really interesting. Yeah. I mean, before 2 years back, I didn't
Yeah.
imagine myself, or like anybody can't imagine that they actually validate their idea without
Yeah.
asking to the multiple people. Like if you go to 2 or 3 years back, how people validate the idea, they just discuss with hundreds of people, like make Google
Exactly.
forms, having surveys,
Yeah.
and
Facebook
not.
groups also.
Yeah, Facebook groups also. And many of the times,
Yeah.
those are actually not worth it. I mean, the actual result came out of it that are totally opposite. That's what they're building. But right
See,
now, like tools like Gemini and all, it's truly amazing. Yeah, truly helpful. Very easy.
that is seriously impressive what Gemini is doing right now.
Yeah, yeah. And due to that, building a SaaS become more easier as compared to the last one.
Well, of course. Why not?
So another thing is that you also saw in today's era, there is a different kind of segment of a startup, is a wrapper kind of thing. What they does is in the backend part, they actually call the API of three of them. We all know Cloud, DeepSeek, Gemini, ChatGPT.
Yeah, yeah.
In the backend part, they basically call the API, and in the front end part, they actually have their own product. So the problem with that product is what happened is overnight, any big giant, sometimes it's Google, sometimes it's ChatGPT, overnight they just launch the similar feature of it, and overnight that particular startup got killed. And we saw so
That's
many
true.
startups got killed due to that, right?
Yeah.
So have you scared of these things as well? And how are you preparing yourself to be protected from this thing?
Well, I honestly don't think that Google will get into medical niche, and I honestly don't think Google will get into the education business. They are already into education business at some level, but what they teach people right now is, about how to learn AI,
Hmm.
how to
Right.
learn Google Search Console and these things.
Hmm.
But I don't think Google will get into basic, like what education people are studying in colleges. I don't think Google will get into that at any given point. Not even Facebook, not even DeepSeek, even. Yeah. So
Hmm.
I'm not scared, of
Interesting.
course. Why should I be scared?
Now let's hope for the best, but we have to prepare for the future. Na?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
See,
anything could be happen.
yeah, I am prepared at some level. Like, see, of course, if something like Anki can do, it's an open source platform with
Sure.
1.5 million users.
Mm-hmm.
If something like Anki can survive without being a without being a polished platform, I think Big Brain will do pretty well.
Hmm. Makes sense. Right, right.
Yeah,
Because it has so many polished features as compared to them. So
exactly.
definitely the chances are so much higher. And again, it's
Yeah,
ultimately depend on execution part as well.
of
So
course.
yeah, right, right. In today's era, I mean, after like what I can say that in August 2025, if anybody want to start a SaaS business, is it into the B2B, is it into the B2C, right? So how they should start? Just take an example of yourself. If today you just go with the SaaS business again and not into the medical niche, let's take example of any other niche. So what will be your generic framework for that? From idea validation to prototyping to building a full-fledged product. How you will approach this thing?
See, first thing, like we're talking about even the idea, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So first thing, I'll sit with AI. All right. I'll
Yeah,
sit
that's
with AI.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'll ask what are like, of course, I'm a person who wants to build in some particular niche. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to build for masses. For masses, everything is already available on the internet. For masses, there is AI. For niche specific people, there are not many products till date. And honestly, there are still niches that are, have that huge market gap that can be filled. That is what I asked the AI to find me a niche about that. Okay. A niche that has a huge market gap that can be filled. Then I am considering that I do not have that much of a capital to invest. Then I asked the AI that I do not have that much of a capital, so I need something that could be started from zero, from scratch. That is how I approach the SaaS business today. And then I can decide, of course, it will be B2C or B2B. That will be upon me. And about validation also, for validation is something that I do not depend on AI for. For validation, I depend on people. What I'll do is I'll sit on Reddit, I'll find people, I'll even find communities about that niche that I'm trying to approach. I'll talk to those people. I'll even try to find those people in real life. So, of course, talking to a real life person is much better than talking to a bunch of people globally. Because in global market, anything works. If you're trying niche market and you're trying a particular country, you have to focus on those people of that country, of course.
Hmm. Interesting, interesting. So
Yeah.
yeah, This is the framework that again, everybody, people have come from different background. They have their own approach. But this could
Exactly.
be a generic approach that if they will
Yeah.
consider, that will save so much of
Yeah.
their time, energy,
Exactly.
and yeah, definitely the chances of
But
getting success is much more high.
honestly, what I think is if you find a niche that you are already interested in,
Hmm.
that is when you put in, I think that is when you put in 300 times of your work,
Yeah, heart and
300x of
soul
your hard
onto
work.
that product.
Yeah, because
That
you will love your product yourself. You will be
hmm,
like, "Ki, all right, this is something I want to do. This is something I will do. This is something I'll spend even my spare time on." Yeah,
makes sense, makes sense. Right, right. It's totally and due to the AI, the niche specific market growing tremendously high. Previously,
exactly.
we saw the startups like Amazon, we show it's target a generic
Yeah,
niche, right?
of
But
course.
in now stay, we see that so many niche based SaaS. Even actually, they have another advantage is Big Giant didn't came into that particular segment because they actually relate with that communities, that niche people
That
love
is
that
true.
product.
That is 100% true. Like, you
Yeah.
know what? I think I have an example for you. Uh, not for niche specific actually, but for country specific, I'll tell you. There were two brothers, Mark Oliver and Alexander Samwer, I think.
Hmm.
These were two German brothers. What they did
Yeah.
was, yeah, you know what they did?
Yeah. Copy pasting kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those were the people, and these guys, I think they are genius.
Hmm.
Yeah, because what you didn't do anything like you didn't use much of your brain, right?
Right. Right.
What you did was you just copied and pasted what USA was having. You just launched it in Germany as early as possible. That is how you got the first movers advantage. And those guys are billionaires today.
And so many startups that they copied from eBay to Facebook to,
Yeah,
and from
exactly.
copied in German and became the
Yeah,
yeah, the rest thing is history for them. Interesting. You are someone you mentioned that you read so many books, right?
yeah.
So please recommend top three books that our listeners should definitely read if they want to learn business, grow in life. So what
Top
could be
three
your top
books.
three priorities?
Well, um, I think first book will be, of course, 38 Letters that John D. Rockefeller wrote for his son.
Hmm.
Second will be, um, there's a book called Made in America. That is the life journey of Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that also it is a pretty good book. You get how Walmart became Walmart, and honestly, you understand why Walmart is Walmart today.
Hmm.
Yeah, that book is also like it is great, epic book if you want to learn, and if you want to, if you want to hustle and work hard. And the third one is, I think, Zero to One. It is great for startups.
Peter Thiel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so many startup lessons there.
yeah,
Yeah, the first line is very much, I mean, energetic for me. Like the next Mark Zuckerberg will not make the next Facebook.
that is true.
Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah,
that's really really great, man. Thank you so much for recommending these books. And
of course.
if anybody want to reaching out to you or BigbrainedAI, how will they how they will find you? Because you are someone not too much active on LinkedIn. So how they
Yeah,
will reach out to you?
well, they can connect me over Twitter, I guess.
Okay.
I do check my Twitter sometimes, like the messages.
Okay, so we will,
Yeah.
yeah, we will
And of
mention
course, my
the
email
Twitter onto the
also.
description
They
part
can
as well.
connect me on over the mail. Yeah.
Yeah, right, right. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us to our podcast. It was
Sure,
really
sure.
an insightful session, and I'm damn sure that our builders learned so many, startup lessons from you, how
Of
to
course.
building products and all.
Right.
So yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, man.
All right. So that's all of our today's conversation of Builder Talk. I really enjoy my today's conversation with Aditya. I would love to know your perspective onto this. I would make this conversation even more better, but that also required your feedback. So please don't forget to share your feedback with us. Thank you for listening, and I will catch up you in the next one.